Hey everybody, welcome back to Lighten Up with Bo. Whatever brought you here, I'm so glad you're here. And the only intention of these videos right now, I'm going through the lessons in A Course in Miracles. But whether you're doing the lessons or not, even just listening today, I hope it brings you some peace, some relief. If you need some direction, you can always comment in the comments of the video and say, hey man, that's all great, but I need a real answer here. Well, these lessons are the answer, but either way, my intention is to keep doing these videos and bring a little lightness to whatever is distressing your mind. So if you haven't been doing the lessons, we're now at lesson 52. There's 365, one lesson a day for a year. These lessons are designed to undo the mind that believes it's caught in a trap of fear and separation and loss and insanity, and to free a mind to remember the truth of its being, that it is unharmable, that what you are is beyond harm, who you are is beyond harm of any kind, to restore you to the truth of what you are. Not a body that gets born and then eventually dies and has a bunch of crazy stuff happen in between, but to remember the limitless self that we all share, that we're all a part of. So enjoy the lessons, and thanks for those that have been doing them consistently with me. And have a beautiful rest of your day and night wherever you are. Even if you don't do these lessons, I hope the day blesses you throughout the day. So this is lesson 52. I'm doing the best I can to relate it to real world things, but these beginning lessons are more foundational. You can't bypass the foundation, right? You got to set a foundation. You can't build the roof before you've built the base, right? So you just work through it. And here we are, lesson 52. We're in the review period. As a reminder, we're reviewing 5 lessons a day from the beginning of lesson 1. So lesson 51 was reviewing lessons 1 through 5. Lesson 52 is reviewing lessons 6 through 10. So enjoy and listen to the beautiful essence of each one of these lessons. You don't have to go back and read the whole lesson, because this one paragraph really distills down the very essence of each lesson. Lesson 6. I am upset because I see what is not there. Now, for those that aren't doing the lessons, you may have found this video and go, what did he just say? It's not complicated. Only the ego complicates very simple things. I am upset because I see what is not there. Reality is never frightening. So what it's saying is capital R reality, the ultimate God reality, let's call it, the reality that is universal, that is untouched by the dualistic right-wrong mentality of the separated minds that basically everybody that we all think we are. So reality is never frightening. It's not the world we see outside of us that we call reality. It's ultimate reality, the absolute truth, is never frightening. It is impossible that it could upset me. Reality brings only perfect peace. When I am upset, it is always because I have replaced reality with illusions, with fantasies, with distortions of the truth. Why I'm upset is because I've taken reality, I've run away from it, and I've hid out in this dream of separate bodies, and I call my life reality. And why I'm really upset is for that reason. The basis of all my upset is because that is sitting inside me, and everything I create in my world comes from a belief that I have replaced truth with illusions. And what I love about this sentence is it says, when I am upset, it is always because I have replaced reality with illusions, which I made up. Which I made up. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality. So the illusions and the stories we make up, think about it. Television shows, cartoons, fantasy movies, sci-fi. I mean, our life is steeped in basically watching Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount, Amazon. I could go on and on. Movies. I mean, video games. If it's not evident that we don't just constantly live in make-believe, fairy tales, and we actually love them, but it's not because those illusions are actually real. It's because we've made fantasies real to ourselves that this is why I'm really upset. The illusions are upset because I have given them reality and thus regard reality as an illusion. So we believe in our fairy tales and our fantasies and we call them reality. And that's what's disturbing us. Because deep inside of us is a calling from God of love, of the truth that is still in all of us, calling to us. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I am always upset by nothing. I'm upset at nothing because there's no thing, no reality to it. Lesson 7. I see only the past. I see only the past. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. I call this seeing. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, I will bless everyone and everything I see. There will be no past and therefore no enemies. And I will look with love on all that I had failed to see before. Because what we're doing all day long is looking through the lens of our memory, the past, and we look at everyone and everything and we label it, we condemn it, we define it based off the past. We carry the past, which is basically like a shield from love, a shield from truth. Imagine looking into the moment, into everything you see with no past to color it. But it starts with us forgiving ourselves and remembering who we are. And then we'll bless everyone and everything we see. There'll be no more enemies. But when we look on everything with the past, we make it our enemy. What it means is we separate ourselves from it. When we are not one with something, we are opposite of something. And at the deepest level, we are against it because it is in conflict with who we are versus what they are. By believing that we are different, we put ourselves in this state of, let's call it psychic enemies, because we're not really one with you. And when we believe it, right, it's a judgment. So I see only the past. Lesson 3, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see only my own thoughts, and my mind is preoccupied with the past. What then can I see as it is? Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. Let me understand that I am trying to use time against God, infinite life, perfect love, oneness. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I am giving up nothing. You want to be free? Give up everything you believed ever happened in the past, ever. Even the things that you define as good or bad. These are descriptions that we make up to define things in a dream. They just are. But when we add good and bad and all the different variations of good and bad to things, we root them in our memory. We carry it with us. Can we learn to give the past away? all the calamities, all the horrors, all the beauties, it doesn't mean that you don't think that there was an occurrence. Give them up, though. How much more rich could the present moment reveal to you if you were willing to be in each present moment with nothing clouding your mind? No person, no situation. And how many of us go, but if I didn't have those stories, like who would I be? They enrich my life. No, they cloud your life from you remembering who you are. So the first one was 6, 7, 8. So now we're reviewing lesson 9. I see nothing as it is now. I see nothing as it is now. So review 1 for lesson 52 was the review of lesson 6. I am upset because I see what is not there. The review lesson 7, I see only the past. The review of lesson 8, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. The review of lesson 9, I see nothing as it is now. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. So if I see nothing as it really is in the moment, if I'm only looking through my projection of the past constantly, then it can truly be said that I see nothing. I can see only what is now. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. It is whether to see or not to see. The present is the truth. The past is a fantasy. It's an illusion. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. Now I would choose again that I may see. Even if you don't really understand what it means, when you do the 2 to 3 minute meditation, maybe you just sit and go, God, I want to see. Help me to let go of my addiction to the past. Even if you don't know what that means, but some part of you kind of does, but you don't. And finally, the review of lesson 10, my thoughts do not mean anything. Again, my thoughts, meaning my private personal self that thinks it has its own thoughts versus your thoughts. My thoughts do not mean anything. I have no private thoughts. Yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware, right? In our state of mind, we only are aware of our seeming own thoughts, the thoughts that we define as ours. Yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. What then can these thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Let me say what that means. What do you mean they do not exist? Because I believe, I'm having thoughts all day long. But you're seemingly having thoughts with a self that is separate. They're your thoughts. And since separation is an illusion, then all the thoughts that you call your thoughts, that you think you're thinking alone, they're an illusion. There's no reality to them because separation is impossible. At the ultimate level, no thought can be thought apart from. So the thoughts that are just yours are no thoughts at all. Yet my mind is a part of creation and part of its creator. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts? Listen to that question again and just be honest with yourself. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe? Wouldn't you rather join the universal thought system of eternal oneness, wholeness, harmony, like a unified mind of perfect peace that is unharmable by its very nature because it is all things, all at once? Would I rather not join the thinking of the universe rather than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts? So remember, you take 2 to 3 minutes, pick each one of these and sit for 2 to 3 minutes throughout the day. So that means since there's 5 review lessons for this lesson 52, you'll do like 10 to 12 minutes of total meditation throughout the day. And if one of them really speaks to your heart when you read it, maybe it made you cry, then that one just say all throughout the day whenever you have time. Maybe you're out driving or you're at work or you're somewhere and it just comes to you. I see only the past. And you just say it to yourself. Maybe you say it out loud. I don't know. So you read them all once, and maybe I forgot to say it, at the end of the day, you read through all of them again. So obviously if you have the app or the actual book, in the morning you read them all once, all the way through. Then you pick one of them to sit in 2 to 3 minutes of closed eye meditation, just contemplating the lesson mantra. And then you pick another one a few hours later and do it for 2 to 3 minutes. But at the end of the day, you just read through them all again. And then that's it. So have a beautiful day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy these reviews. I hope they steepen the willingness for you to let it all go, let everything you think you know go. And then this allows us to live a little lighter, a little bit more joyful, a little bit more fearless, a little bit more expressive, a little more playful. Comment, subscribe if you want, share it. I hope it's valuable, but have a beautiful, beautiful day. If you want to be free, you will be. See you later.